Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're taking a look at an important message from time about an upcoming change. And to do this reading we are going to be pulling 3 piles together, 1, 2, and 3. Let's check out what they are. Whoa! For pile number 1, you have the 3 of Wands. For pile number 2, you have the Page of Swords. And for pile number 3, you have the Queen of Swords. If you prefer to pick your piles using crystals, let me add these right now. But if you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, you'll find a timestamp to that down in the description box. Click on it and it'll take you to the process in which we draw out the different zodiac signs and find out in which of the piles they're going to fall into. There we go. So for pile number 1, you have the beautiful Carnelian. For pile number 2, you have the beautiful Mahogany Obsidian. And for pile number 3, you have the beautiful Onyx. And this is what your crystal looks like. So take a look at which one of these 3 crystals or 3 piles you're the most drawn to, and this or these will be the piles for you here today. As I always encourage you, whatever it is you are drawn to will be your pile. I mean, if you're drawn to just one pile, then that will be your only pile. But if you feel drawn to several or maybe even all, there's no such thing as too little or too many. It's all up to how you feel as you look at your piles. And once you're ready, please head down to the description box, click on your timestamps, and I will see you in your readings. In a moment, I am about to assign different zodiac signs to each pile. And so if this is something that you do not prefer, then please pause the video, take as much time as you need, and I will see you in your readings. But if you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, then my dear soul family, this specific section of the introduction has been created just for you. And what I'd like to do is, as you can see, is shuffle the 12 zodiac signs around as much as I can, and then once we're ready we'll be drawing out 4 zodiac signs for each pile. All right, let's begin. For pile number 1, the signs are Leo, Libra, Pisces, and Virgo. For pile number 2, the signs are Scorpio, Taurus, Sagittarius, and Cancer. As for pile number 3, the signs are Aries, Capricorn, Gemini, and Aquarius. So, my dear soul family, these are the zodiac signs for today and their association to each pile. Please feel free to pick your piles using your sun, moon, and rising. I highly, of course, recommend you check out the 3, but it's all up to how you prefer to pick your piles. And once you're ready, please head down to the description box, click on your timestamps, and I will see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at an important message that you have from time in regards to an upcoming change in your life. You were drawn to the beautiful Carnelian crystal as well as the 3 of Wands card. And if you have chosen your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Leo, Libra, Pisces, and Virgo. Welcome to your reading. As I always remind you, if these are not your zodiac signs, please do not worry about it. And do note that in a general reading, some specific details may resonate with you and they may be a confirmation for your reading. And at other times, it is meant for someone else. And that's just the nature of a general reading. All right, so let's put all your crystals aside. And I didn't bring your tarot deck. I have it on the side here and I didn't take it out of its box. So let's do that right there. Right, so let's check out your cards. So you have Big City. Ooh, interesting. And you have the 3 of Wands. Maybe time wants to let you know about a big move to a new place that you're going to, whether you know about this or not, either for a visit or maybe you're moving. Let's find out. Very exciting. You have, look at the sea again. And it's like popping up from its home, looking towards something else. Very interesting, right? It says, can you hear me? Right. What if I place your crystal right there? This way we have space. You have Miss Sunshine again, like a place appearing. I can't help but think that time is talking about a certain move or something. Maybe you're leaving a place, a sacred place that you're already in, a place that you love maybe. I don't know. Let's find out. You have Broom, new starts, cleansing, resources. So nice, okay. Blade, conflict, injury, apprehension. And you have, again, the flying. Jupiter in Sagittarius is also a journey, right? Jupiter in Sagittarius with principle. Right. Let's find out what this is all about and what time exactly wants to let you know. They have an important message here with can you hear me? You see the 2 figures here are giving us their backs. I think time is talking to you about something that you might be ignoring at the moment. So it could be a promise. I'll let you know why in a moment. Let's see. So, what important message is time letting you know about in regards to an upcoming change in your life? Oh, I feel this one. Let's pull out your cards. this one, and finally I'm going to be taking this one. Okay. You have actually three more cards. Okay. So let's find out what your cards are. Whoa, you've got a lot for sure. Looks like this is, in fact, a major upcoming change here in your life. And you've got a big message. Wow. So you have the World card. I can't help but, especially with the World card, let you know that time wants to talk to you about a big move that you will be making. Whether a physical move, which is most likely for most of you, or like a step that you will be taking. You have the 9 of Swords, the 2 of Cups, the Hierophant, the Tower. I was just thinking about, I'll tell you in a moment. Okay. The 7 of Cups, the 7 of Pentacles. Ah, that's what I was thinking about. The 5 of Swords. I'll tell you why. The 5s. The King of Swords. The 3 of Swords. Okay. The Sun card, lovely to see. And you do have the Hierophant here. There is a great emphasis on this. The 8 of Pentacles, that's awesome, okay. The Emperor. The Justice card. Look at all these seated people right after each other. And finally, you have the Hermit. Oof. That's going to be a big reading here. So, there's a big move in your life. A new, fresh start. Because you have with the World card, you've completed a huge chapter, a spiritual chapter in your life. And do expect a new, fresh start. With the Carnelian, no, what is it called? No, the Carnelian is your crystal. The cornucopia, which shows a lot of blessings coming in. Now, I have something a bit interesting. You know how sometimes there happens to be a slight shift of reality that we never notice? And then, I don't know why it's in your reading, but bear with me. This is so crazy, but so important. Because your reading does seem to have like a strong spiritual nature to it with the Hierophant. And with the big city and everything. I'll tell you why in a moment with these two together. So remember with the Mandela effect, we always remember Fruit of the Looms had this cornucopia, right? And we're all like going mad. How is there not a cornucopia? Speaking of Mandela effects, guys, remember Britney Spears? Like that's one of the latest ones. You know, Britney Spears, oops, I did it again. Music video. She was wearing this leather-like and beautiful leather-like outfit. And she was going, oops, I did it again. And then she had this mic. Didn't she have this like mic on her mouth? Do you guys remember that? Can you believe that if you look back now, you're not going to find this mic? Are you like not... Is this... I'm sure this is not just me. With this red outfit and the mic, right? As she was dancing and the mic was on her mouth, right? Well, it turns out... the new Mandela effect is that this mic is not even there. I remember back in the day, there were even dolls that were sold with this mic. I mean, how can we all remember something? It's simply not there anymore. So speaking of that, I have this with time. Can you hear me? I think time is telling you I am a construction of your mind. and you're coming out of your world, right? You're coming out of your world, and you will be experiencing a new reality. Perhaps your you is continuing, and you are like you're going through a new spiritual journey, and I see you coming out of this world and moving into another one that's very exciting. Very, very exciting. And you can see here the shift in reality. With the sunshine, it's going to be a very positive one. I have a lot of things to tell you about it, but it's going to be a very positive one. And you will find yourself experiencing a new life, but seamlessly, just like it happens with us. You know, one day we wake up and we realize Britney Spears doesn't have that mic anymore, you know, or that there was never a cornucopia in the fruit of the loom. So yes, believe it or not, I do see with the Three of Wands, I thought it was traveling in the beginning, but you're like being transported to a new reality. I don't know how that works, but that's what your reading is showing. And so you can see a fresh start here. I always wondered with how there are many realities and it's us in all these realities. It's crazy. But that's what you're reading, and that's what time is showing you today. Who would have thought that doing a reading about time, that's what we're going to see. This is the time where you are seamlessly transferring in such harmony to a new world. But yes, you're being taken from this world to a new one. And you can see with the blade here, you're being cut from one reality and move. It's like almost editing a video seamlessly into a new chapter. Okay. In fact, with editing, you know, the cutting of the scenes is actually called blade. So there's a big move and a new start, and it looks like you're moving from one city. It could be that specific. You're moving from one city to a new city, a new place, a new world that is more... This reminds me of New York City. So I think it's more like exciting. Maybe you live in a quieter place and you're moving to a bigger city. Or it's just a new, totally new experience for you. There are awesome things about this experience, and there are other things that you want to be careful with. You know, all these ups and downs in your reading makes me want to bring out your runes. I think it's the fastest way we can pick it up. Hold on. Since your reading is taking such a steep turn like that, I think I have just the right deck for this. It's a rune that also contains the markstava, the upside down reversals. Okay, so I'm going to be pulling out two to help us understand these ups and downs better. So can we kindly get two clarification cards, please, for the tarot cards that we are taking a look at? Okay, thank you. So you have Isa, the Isa rune. Yeah, do you see? It's like your old world is now freezing and you're moving to another. Now you have the Uruz markstava. So you do have the brush here talking about... Ah, thank you. I'm happy we did that. I get it now. Okay. So nice to see. I was like, are they gonna experience something bad in the new world? No. Because with the brush and the world card, and the reason you're kind of like moving to a new world is because there were two possibilities. with you going through the spiritual growth and the anxiousness or the sort of stress that you were going through. So that was one path. And the other path was you following the guidance that you were getting. And because you are completing this chapter, you're forming a new reality. Can you believe that? And you are moving out of weakness, unwellness, stagnation. This energy is clearing. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. This energy is clearing out of your life. You've grown out of this reality and you'll find yourself seated in a new position. Now, with the Sun card, that you've grasped this understanding, you will find your whole world changing with the Seven of Cups. Wow. You will start seeing things beyond your wildest imagination with the Seven of Cups. You'll start seeing things that were not vibrating in the same energy of your past life. So in this reality, you're going to start seeing a lot of your dreams coming true. Wild things that you wouldn't have thought, you know, your own personal growth, things showing up in your life, new challenges that you didn't think you would have, but luxury and wealth and successes and new types of power that were not available in this old life that you have come out of. So first of all, congratulations. I don't know how you've done that, but it seems like I'm part of your new reality. Yay! So cool. Now you're going to start seeing your world develop greatly, right? And that is because, like I said, you've overcome with such strength an old pain that you had. Congratulations, pile number one. By the way, this is not the first time these days that I saw a reading like that. It's not, I never saw a reading of shifting reality in my life. As far as I remember, at least. But I did see a reading of some of you overcoming these days a huge milestone in terms of your spiritual journey. That was strong. And if you were that pile, you know which pile I'm talking about exactly. So that karma has dropped. And you were able to somehow surpass this karma. Mind-blowing. I don't know how you did that. I think with the Hierophant, you have been clearly listening to your guides. Wow. I don't know how you did that as well, but good for you. It seems like you are smart and you have good ears. You were paying great attention. Like you, with all the purple here, you must be in great contact with your spiritual guides. Good for you. Great job. There's a good harmonious connection between the two of you. They're able to pass on easily the guidance that they want to give you. You have been a great learner, a great student. And because of that, you've changed your karma and you've changed your fate. And this is why you're slanting or veering off course from this reality to the new reality. Dropping this karma altogether, gaining such a strong understanding of something, and completing the cycle of stress, obviously. Now you're getting into, look at this, Miss Sunshine and the Sun. A much more positive, if not very positive world. A world where you will be using the things you've mastered here because you worked very hard on this stress, anxiety, or this heartbreak. You've mastered something that will take you to some form of powerful position or powerful place in life. And now it's kind of like people, what I just channeled, okay? We live together in the same world, but we don't know that in that same world, there are echelons of realities within the same world. It's crazy, but I'm just telling you what I'm channeling here. And we watch each other not knowing that we are in these echelons, and within these echelons, we have different experiences. And it makes sense, actually, now that I think about it, because monks, we see them, and they're definitely in a different reality, even though they're with us. So I guess it does make sense. And so you're moving to this echelon. Could it explain? Okay, no, I don't know. I don't have enough information. Moving on. So you're like upgrading into this echelon where your experiences are going to be different. Why is time telling you about this? Time is telling you about this because it wants you to know that like the clear message that I'm seeing here and learning from your message of time is that we don't need to like live a parallel life or wait for the next life or anything, because it seems like all realities are together. You don't need time, and grasping the spiritual message can magically shift your life just like that. So I have something for you. I have something important for you. You've won over this, right? But I want to tell you that it's not set in stone. Because it's not set in stone yet. Because although you're moving to this big city or this big place or this big shift in reality, you do have the Three of Wands with the Greek myth Jason. Long story short, it's an awesome story, but long story short, so Jason was a young boy and he was removed from his home, from the royal palace, because his uncle had usurped the position, done the throne, usurped the throne, it's called, usurped the throne. And so they took Jason and protected him, and when he grew up and it was time for him to take on, reclaim his kingdom, he went on this huge journey because Peleus, his uncle, had his mother, and he told him that he would give him his mother back and the throne if he would get the golden fleece. And he went on this long, awesome journey to get the golden fleece. And within this journey, to be able to get the golden fleece, who was in the island of, like at the far end of the Black Sea, I can't remember the name of the island, but it was King Aeetes, whom he was trying to get the golden fleece from, and he did this mission that he wanted him to do, but then he broke his promise and didn't want to give him the golden fleece. Long story short, his daughter Medea fell in love with Jason, and she helped him out, and she was able to help him escape and steal the golden fleece. He promised to marry her, and after the long journey back, he went through many interesting things. But then when he got his kingdom back, because Pelias, I think. Pelias. His uncle broke his promise, killed his mother, and didn't want to abdicate as he promised. And so Medea helped him again and made his daughters kill him. She was there for him, right? And then when he took over the throne, I forgot to tell you, he promised her, when she was helping him out take the golden fleece, he promised her that he would love her forever, because she helped him. The reason she stood by him in the first place is because she fell in love with him. And as you can see, she helped him in such a loyal way. And when it was time, he didn't marry her. He married the princess of Thebes. Medea she was a sorcerer, by the way, and she got very, very upset, and she, one way or the other, killed the princess. I don't want to bore you with the story, but she sent his bride a rope, and the rope burned her, and she flew off with her chariot of snakes into the sky to Athens. So what I'm trying, and by the way, Jason, that's where I wanted to go. So Jason was very brokenhearted, and he was sitting in the shade one day next to the ship that he took his Argons. The people from the Argon were the best fighters who went through this whole mission with him. So they went with this ship. This ship broke down and killed him. So you can see that his whole world and everything that he's done broke down, right? Even though he was a huge hero and it was his throne and all these awesome things happened, he broke his promise and things tumbled down. So I want to let you know that time is letting you know that you must use it wisely to continue to set things in stone. You've changed, your vibration changed, and thus you're shifting reality. It has completed, but it can always come back. So you want to be with the King of Swords and the Hierophant and the Justice card. And the Emperor. You want to be very strict with the promise you once gave yourself. You have given yourself, or the learnings that you're following, to continue by it strictly. Abide by it strictly, because it's there for your spiritual growth. It is what's helping you find harmony and find strength. It is what is helping you beat the old karma and the old energy of the universe that was designed to help you overcome this. And now that you've overcome it, you don't need this old reality. But if you should forget your lesson, the great lessons, and decide not to abide to it, then again, you will be shifting your reality. And time will slow down again. And slowly but surely, you will find yourself back into your learning position. So, use what you have learned very well. And use it for your own spiritual growth. Not just so that you don't lose this new awesome reality. But don't break the promises you once gave yourself. The new rules or the new learnings that you once gave yourself. Thinking, oh, that's my new reality. Nothing can happen now. It's my right to do this and my right to do that. Never forget that realities shift. And by it or by time, you get to increase that muscle and make it a part of you so that you don't lose it. Or by time, you lose what you once have learned. Just like what happens with school. Sometimes we know something so well, and in our minds, like, I know that so well. I know that so well. And you start studying to your children or to your nephew or to your niece, and you're like, oh my God, I forgot that. I thought I can like wink and say it. But that's the nature of things when they are not practiced. So remember, by time, things must be practiced or they will dissipate. You might lose that awesome lesson that you've learned one day if you're not constantly practicing it until it becomes automatic in the mind. So don't forget your lessons just because things are positive. And remember that they are positive because you don't need the old reality anymore. Losing these lessons only means that you haven't set it in stone. And it turns out from shifting reality and shifting yourself to textbook information that you read once upon a time. And that's why you have principle here. Keep the principles you have learned with the Hierophant hat. Keep with apprehension as well. Keep the learnings, the things you understood and grasped. They are the reason you are shifting realities. Your new world is very positive and can become, in a slight of a moment, back to the old reality. should you forget the internal harmony, strength, and growth you have gone through. Because one type of thought leads to a reality, and another type of thought leads to another. And that's the dual nature of the Five of Swords, which is the Five of the Hierophant. You're either winning through this reality or losing, as in you're a student who still needs to learn more. Just like a grading of a test. Not making it is not there as a label to label students and shame them. This is just to be able to measure how far the student was able to learn, so that knowing that the student hasn't learned yet, it's time for adjustments, for the teacher to explain it, for maybe the student to go back and study it, or to do more homework to be able to grasp the concept, so that the next time the student goes to the test to measure how much he or she or they have learned, then the grade would be better, showing better results and better comprehension. So this is why reality is shifting and changing. You no longer need the old world, it's now redundant, and you're moving into a much more exciting world. So keep it positive and keep it exciting and keep it a pleasant learning experience in the second world by holding on to that very important lesson of harmony and strength and growth of the mind. I was just listening to someone who was saying we don't have to go through spiritual learnings just with suffering. If we were aware enough, sensitive enough to watch nature, and watch two birds do something, enough to reflect and be sensitive enough to appreciate the little experience and go, oh, did you see how that worked? Maybe I should be careful not to do that because that leads to that. So you were sensitive and open-minded enough to learn through a pleasant experience. When we're not that sensitive, then there must be another design to make us be more sensible or sensitive about understanding the situation. So the more open-minded you are, the more you have a grasp on your spiritual learnings, then there's no need to go through more growth through difficulty. And so you can continue to go through your journey up ahead by being more aware and more sensitive to the learnings of the universe. And I don't see any problems with you here, because with all the crown chakra purples, I'm seeing there's a great connection between you and your guides and you being able to grasp things better. So always hold on to that, because there's no need to go through learnings in a tough way. You can always go through learnings in a pleasurable way. And I think that's a type of reality you're moving into next in your life. And my dear pile number 1, this is your message from time. And speaking of time, I'm seeing 28 and I'm seeing 17. 28 along with the world card, like the end. Maybe this is talking about the end of January or the end of the month you are watching this in. And Jupiter reminds me of the number 4. So something mid-April as well is quite important. Also, I'm seeing 119, which is 9/11. So expect something huge to happen around September. So these are the 4 dates in terms of time that I see for you towards the end of the month you're watching this in. Something around, we said, April, and something around September. All the best of luck with this major move, major shift in reality. I hope you enjoy this new existence. I'm so happy I'm part of it because you've shifted and I'm there. So high five to that. I wish you all the best of luck, my dear pile number 1. May you enjoy your new shift of reality and may it treat you so good. It does seem to be super positive and very blessed, filled with good luck with Jupiter. This was your reading, and if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 1, please don't forget to check out my productivity e-cookbook. It has 210 recipes that are healthy, delicious, and are cooked in a matter of minutes, giving you the rest of the day to do what is important in your life. Pretty fitting for your new life, right? So if you want to check it out, you'll find a link to it down in the description box. I did partner with a nutritionist that I really love and believe in to be able to bring out this e-cookbook for you. If you're vegan, by the way, there's a vegan version. If not, you can always make use of both ebooks. There are no duplicate recipes. And this way you'll have a plethora of healthy and delicious meals to choose from. Sending you so much love. So cool. Such a cool reading. I loved it so much. And sending you a lot of wishes from my heart to yours. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Your crystal is the beautiful Mahogany Obsidian, and you were drawn to the Knight of Swords. But if you picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs are Scorpio, Taurus, Sagittarius, and Cancer. I really feel these two, so I'm going to take them. So welcome to your reading. Today, we're taking a look at an important message from time regarding an upcoming change. Pile number 1 was really cool, so I'm really wondering what you're gonna get, my dear pile number 2. By the way, if these are not your zodiac signs, as I always remind you, please do not worry about it, and do note that some details in a general reading might be a great confirmation to your reading. They might resonate with you, and sometimes they may just be for someone else, and that is the nature of a general reading. Okay, so let's pull out your last oracle card and take a look at what you have. So I'm going to put these 2 cards here. Ah, look, you got Big City. That is the exact card, and this is a big deck that popped up in pile number 1. So if you were drawn to it, to pile number 1, I highly recommend it. And you have Fate. Look, seeing this specific card, if you've come from pile number 1, you know exactly what I'm talking about now. But if you were drawn to pile number 1, at this point, I highly recommend it. I see something big for you. So if you want to check it out, please do. You've got Fate here with Ripple Effect, Death, Life Story, Full Circle Karma. Okay, so you've got a lot of stuff here. Let's keep them here. And check out the next card. So you've got Caller, Compliance, Duty, Restriction. Look at that. So interesting. Okay, and you have Red Garden. Beautiful card, I must say. And you can see that this figure is looking at everything through rose-colored glasses. Tainted rose-colored glasses. Okay. You've got Saturn in Gemini with concentration. Right, and look, the rosy lips and star matching with the card. You have Mercury in Libra with influence, and I'm really feeling like these two are communication with the Gemini and the Mercury, but different types of communication. So let's see how that goes. And you have Mercury in Pisces with inspiration. So 3 types of communication, actually. Right, so it ended up like that. Okay. So let's check out your tarot cards. You have the 2 of Swords. Interesting. Now that's starting to form a picture here. So let's ask, what is your important message from time about an upcoming change. What is your important message from time? I feel this one. About an upcoming change. Whoa, okay. These two, this one, as well as this one. Okay. Let's check out your cards. You have the Four of Wands, the Seven of Cups, the Page of Wands, the Four of Cups. Look at that. I see you were once looking at something with marvel that you will find yourself in, surprisingly. So that's good to see. You don't see something coming here. And time is letting you know that there is a big upgrade with the Four of Wands. Something that you used to look up to and marvel will now become your reality through a surprise. You have the Four of Swords, the Two of Wands. You were moving towards it without even knowing, like preparing for it without even knowing. You have the King of Cups, Queen of Wands, the Death card, Two of Pentacles. Are you trying to make a big choice here? The Eight of Swords. Wow. Ten of Cups. And finally, you have the Ace of Wands. So, my dear pile number 2, what is your message from time? What is your message from time? Do you see this Eight of Swords and how stuck it is? And I'm really focused on it because it's right next to your significator card right there, feeling stuck by something. And you can see Alexander here, which is the Knight of Swords in this deck, holding the rope and about to free this collar, right? Whoosh. So I see you're being freed from something these days. Something is keeping you in place, like stuck, moving you around, making you do something maybe you don't want to do, or making you move in a certain way you don't want to move. In all cases, whatever is tying you down, controlling you, is going to be freed. And that is your fate. It's fated to happen now. I see you moving from one reality to another. This is a big move, for sure. Right, this is a big move, and not only are you breaking free, but you are moving to a new reality that you will love. But be careful, time says, because you are looking through rose-tainted glasses. Yes, your new reality is awesome. Make no mistake about it. But don't over-beautify it or rush it, since we're talking about time. Don't over-beautify it nor rush it. And I think with the Red Garden here, because of all of the communication in your reading, there's a lot of communication going on. Time is letting you know that someone's going to be calling you soon, with the number 4 or 3, maybe within 3 days, 4 days. Also, this could be the next month, because 34 kind of reminds me like towards the end of the month plus 4 days, perhaps. So you're getting a lot of communication soon. And it's going to free you, and you're going to love this communication. Time is letting you know. Don't fall in love too much with this communication, because yes, what it is promising you, it will be providing you with. But if you move too fast, you will end it quickly for yourself. I'm saying that because here you have Alexander the Great, and long story short, gosh, Alexander the Great was able to conquer so many places. But to do that, he was so fierce and ruthless. Yes, intelligent, of course, very intelligent, but he had to use a lot of intelligence and a lot of ruthlessness to do it. Like when I say intelligence, it's because, you know, he built a lot of 12 altars. To be specific, 12 altars with the 12 Olympian gods, and then which would kind of like be a subtle declaration of war, and then he would crucify all of the men in the city and take the women and the children as slaves. It was very, very ruthless, so much so that the other cities that he went to would, you know, welcome Alexander as their divinely appointed savior. They didn't want to get into these wars. Also, that was like in Jerusalem, in Alexandria, the Egyptians welcomed him as the pharaoh. So he was like, long story short, he was very, very ruthless, and which made things go very quick for him. He appointed himself as a god everywhere. So, but that led to his, what's the word called? Eventual death. He died at a very early age, I think 32 years old. So you can see how moving quickly through something, yes, gets you there quickly, but it eventually takes it away from you quickly. I mean, there's even this you can see him cutting the rope. There is this oracle that once said, whoever will be able to solve the Gordian knots will be able to take over Asia and rule Asia for a long time. So what Alexander did was that he cut through the knots with his sword. And while some people were like, oh, this is novice, this is like a creative way of problem solving, yeah, perhaps through violent actions. Other people were like, this is not smart, this is like cheating, and which made him a short-lived ruler of Asia. So what I want to say here, what time is talking here about, is the speed at which you do something. Because time is letting you know there is communication that will be fated communication, and it's big news with big city here. It's like a big move in your life that will make your heart flutter, dum, 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 you know, and you will be in this state of rose-colored glasses, because you can also feel it through your heart, through faith, this change. You felt this change, you will feel like it was fated for you to happen. And it is true. It's definitely fated for you to happen. Because like I said, you will find yourself already walking on the path before this communication happened. And so the synchronicity of you finding yourself easily getting into this and having done so many things within this path that you didn't realize you were already on will put you in with the Red Garden in this euphoric state of feeling like things are happening for you. And all of that is true. You can claim all of that. You'll find yourself very happy very soon. Time is letting you know. Now that you've gotten this message and your life is filled with glory and happiness, don't rush things, because it will entrap you. Just as fast as you move, just as short-lived as it would be. And that's why you have an important message from time. It is natural to feel like one wants to move away from a period of feeling stuck and maybe hating something, not feeling good with something, especially with the Eight of Swords, controlled by something, to quickly move on to their happy new beginning. But what you're not seeing here is that if you shall move quickly, you shall trip and fall. And so with the Four of Swords, I see time is telling you to relax and be patient, not from a place of anxiousness, but with the Four of Swords, from a place of rest. Rest in the knowing that this new beginning shall begin when it's meant to transform. Now that you know it's all for you, time is telling you to be patient with it. And to let this release from entrapment take its due course. Don't rush like Alexander, because through that you will find yourself doing things in a ruthless way. Is it intelligent? Absolutely. But is it costly? Yes, it is. And so with the Two of Swords here, I'm seeing the message of time saying, hold your sword. Because yes, you do have the power, 100%, to free yourself right now, to make that shift, to make that move. You definitely do. But you don't want to bear the consequences of me, which is time, when you do in fact free yourself right now, before its due course. So use me because I'm a valuable asset today for you. If you do use me, you will gain some form of great power that will help you transform the situation, end the past that you want to end, but move forward with such great power that you will prefer and love. So it is your choice, because you've got 3 twos. 2 of Swords, 2 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles. Time is telling you the choice is yours, how you use me. But remember that each one of them, each one of your 2 actions will have great consequences. So make your choice. How do you want to receive this new upgrade in your life, which is going to happen regardless? And should you choose to use me to wait, you will have formed a power you weren't expecting to have, that will help you in the new path. And you can see the power right there, you standing there using it. This power can only be formed through me, time. Perhaps it's the power of how you'll be able to communicate if you use time. Also, you have ripple effect, which means the type of influence you can have in your life and in the life of others if you do wait. Talking about influence, I think you're definitely going to have a strong influence, not just on your life, but on others, because that's the influence that Alexander the Great left in the world. I mean, despite all of these wars and everything, he did create a lot of great benefits, like he created Alexandria in Egypt, which became the center of this Hellenic civilization. He created the contact between the East and the West, European and Asian connection that affected history greatly. There was this movement of commercial trade, art, ideas of science, philosophy, and religion between the two. Great influence. So I feel like somehow you're going to have a great influence on something. And perhaps the potency of your influence and the effect that you will receive in your life will depend on how you are patient and wait without suffering. Because if you wait with suffering, you will feel like you'll have to cut this state of being stuck sooner than later. So the communication didn't happen yet, but once it starts, you want to really hold on. And as you're holding on, you want to be patient peacefully, in the knowing that when things should start, they should start in the right way. Have that faith, time says. Because you want to walk towards that path with strength and with great influence on others and on your life. So don't be tempted. Enjoy that time, now and later when it shall begin. Speaking of shall begin, I think here with April, I was going to say March and found myself saying April. So yeah, perhaps March, April, especially that you have 4, maybe towards the end of March, beginning of April. Might even be something significant on April the 2nd. Because you have a lot of 2s. Oh, you have a lot of 2s. Maybe communication in February, if you're watching this now. For you later, it could be next month. But February has been popping up a lot in readings lately for you guys. So yeah, that is your message from time, my dear pile number 2. A big change in your life, and it's telling you to use it to be patient and calm and enjoy that time before it begins, because your rose-colored glasses of how you love things and you feeling that it's fated for you, that's all true. Just like Alexander the Great, it was fated for him to become the new ruler after when his father would die one day. But it's rumored that he did kill his father. So that's another quick action to take. His father wasn't a good person. He left him and his mom for someone half his age, and they were in exile. But I don't know, of course, we don't know if he in fact did kill his father or not. But the gist of the message that I'm getting from time to you is to not be hasty, to wait for the right time. Yes, the fate is showing you just how beautiful your life is about to be. Hold on. Don't talk much. Don't take any hasty action. Maybe the action is you saying something or announcing something, or during the communication using your power. It's saying wait, be patient, because during that time you will build the right power to do things the right way. It's like actually solving the Gordian knot and having something for a long time. And my dear pile number 2, this was your reading from time. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my productivity e-cookbook. It has 210 recipes that are healthy, delicious, and are cooked in a matter of minutes, giving you the rest of the day to do what is important for you. And if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to it down in the description box. I did partner with a nutritionist that I personally really love and believe in 2 years ago to be able to bring out this e-cookbook for you guys. I wanted to help out in the area of us rediscovering new recipes that are healthy and delicious, because now we know how important that is to our health. And if you're vegan, there is a vegan version. If not, you can make use of both ebooks. There are no duplicate recipes, and this way you'll have a plethora of healthy and delicious meals to choose from, maybe even for the rest of your life. And my dear pile number 2, thank you so much for tuning in, sending you the best of luck on this awesome new journey. I hope you do update me, guys, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Your crystal is the beautiful Onyx, and some of you were drawn to the Queen of Swords. And if you picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this reading are Aries, Capricorn, Gemini, and Aquarius. Welcome to your reading, guys. Today we're taking a look at an important message from time to you about an upcoming change. Cannot wait to get into your reading today, and let's get more information about that. What is time's message to you, my dear pile number 3? The last 2 piles were so interesting, so can't wait to find out what it is for you. Okay, I'll start. Oh, by the way, if these are not your zodiac signs, as I always remind you, please don't worry about it, and do note that there are some details, specific details in a reading that are there to confirm your reading or resonate with you, and sometimes they're just meant for someone else, and that's the nature of a general reading. Okay, so I'm going to take this card right there, and then we'll take a look at this one. I feel like I want to take out the snowman today because I need the space. There we go. So you have wheelchair. Can't wait to see what this is about. Okay, assistance maybe with regards to something. You have like take you faster towards something. So you have Mercury in, in Leo with drama. You have Mercury in Capricorn with organization. Something is very similar here. Okay. You have Mercury in Sagittarius with discovery. You have 3 Mercuries, so that is no coincidence. Some form of communication. Okay, you have Gate. Wow, freedom, openness, opportunity. Love this. And you have Helm, navigation, control, journey. Oh, I just heard, if I could turn back time, I would stay for a while. Instantly, as I saw this helm. And it's funny, because we are doing a reading about time. So, I don't know what that is yet. And you have day and night. This hit me with the idea that something is going to change for you overnight. Just like that. So why are you getting this song? Very strange. We'll find out in a moment. Why would you stay for a while? I think I'm just gonna, push it like that. I think you can see your card. There we go. And these 2 are kind of making me, 2 ponytails or 2 buns, are making me feel like you're thinking about 2 things, maybe, in your mind. Let's pull out your tarot cards. This is the only way in which we'll find out what exactly is your important message is from time. Oracle cards are just here to assist us with more intuitive thought, but we'll find out exactly what it is through your tarot cards. So, what is your important message from time about an upcoming event? Oy, 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 oy. Okay. So, right. Wow, starting off the reading with the 6 of Wands. This is awesome. Okay. You're retrieving something that is yours. You're claiming something that is yours back. And that actually goes well with the Antigone story with the Queen of Swords. So you're claiming something that was once taken from you. You're getting victory. So time is letting you know that this now is the time where you are regaining something that is yours, that might have been taken from you by force. I'll let you know why exactly I'm saying that in a moment. So you have the Four of Wands. Wow, again, like 2 cards right off the bat showing great celebration, right? So you have the Seven of Pentacles. You have been waiting for this for a long time. Could this be like fate? Some old drama or some old problem that took away something that was supposed to be yours and now is fated for you to get your rights back or something. Wow, 8 of Wands, communication for sure. Quick communication. Four of Pentacles, you're claiming something back that is yours. So curious. You have the Page of Wands. 3 of Cups. The third card talks about celebration. 3 cards that have in common celebration, celebration, celebration. Wow, what's going on here? It's a big deal here. But why would you think of the past? I would stay for a while, for a while. I don't know. We'll find out. The Lover's card. Ace of Wands. The Hanged Man. Maybe you're getting something from your past that you really loved, and maybe you didn't appreciate it that much back then, or it's not that you didn't appreciate it, maybe you took it a little bit for granted, that it was your everyday life or something. And the song is perhaps talking about you reclaiming something back that you used to enjoy in the past so much that you took a little bit for granted, or thought, maybe you didn't take it for granted, but maybe you thought it would always be there. And now that it's been taken from you, you spent a long time mourning or like crying over it, because you have Demeter here. And with Wheelchair, I feel like you felt something big was taken from you that debilitated you a little bit from doing what it is that you wanted to do, hindered you a little bit from doing something or moving forward with the same force that you wanted or something. You have the Devil card, and it's interesting. You have the Lovers, and in between them, Ace of Wands and the Hanged Man, you pausing, and then the Devil. Getting the Devil here is interesting. Okay, so you have the Moon card. That's interesting. Okay, 3 more cards. The 8 of Swords. Actually, now I understand why the Devil is there. Now I understand why the Devil is there. That's time's message to you. That is time's message to you right there with the Devil and the Moon card. Okay, I have a lot of news for you. Yes, I understand why now. The 8 of Swords, Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords was pile number 2's main card. So if you were drawn to it, I highly recommend it. And you have the 10 of Swords. Yes, I totally understand what this is about. So that's why I have 2 things in your mind here. So your fate is changing. You are now going to receive something from the very past that meant so much to your heart. And your loss of it really broke your heart, or because I think of a broken leg perhaps, broke your heart or hindered you in some way. So with discovery, I feel like you're rediscovering a way, or an opportunity is opening up. Some communication is showing you a way in which you will rediscover how you can get something back that is yours. And you will get it. Look at all of this celebration. You are happy. You can't contain your happiness. And you're united with something that means so much to you, that you love so much. I see a lot of excitement, a lot of happy tears. I see that you've waited and waited and waited, and perhaps even thought that you would never get to it. And the communication is coming to help you reclaim what is yours. A new page has started with the Page of Wands, where you are now the one holding this power, or the one, because with drama, I feel like something happened, someone took it from you, and now you are the holder of that power. So a little bit back towards what happened in the past here before we move forward, because it's very relevant and how we're going to put the picture together. So to me, it looks like someone took something or someone very dear to you. And I say that because you have here Demeter, and of course the god of the underworld took her daughter Persephone, and she had to go through a long battle of trying to get her daughter back. And that's why I have drama here. But long story short, with the help of the gods, specifically Zeus, she was able to reclaim or re-get her daughter back. So here, it's interesting because it's in conjunction to Antigone's story, which is also in Greek mythology. Very similar in the fact that there is a strong emphasis on the underworld, drama and the underworld. So how so? Well, very long story short, like I'm gonna make it so short so that we get the part of the story that is relevant to your reading. So in Thebes, Creon was acting regent, and the two brothers were already fighting, I think, Polynices and Eteocles, I believe. Eteocles. They were already fighting over who's to take the throne. And when their father died, Polynices, he united with 6 chieftains, I believe it's called, in a siege, right? And there was this long extended battle, and again, where Polynices was trying to attack the 7 gates, he was one of them. So long story short, they lost the battle, and then the battle was so strong the 2 brothers go into a fight against each other, and they both killed each other simultaneously. So once more, Creon now was the official king to Crete. My apologies, to Thebes. And he declared, or what's the word called? Like, he announced that Eteocles would have this hero's burial, but Polynices would be left for the beast to devour his body. So back to Antigone. Antigone was very shocked. She's the Queen of Swords in this card. Was very shocked that he would decide to do something like this, because a proper burial of the dead was a sacred duty. And if there was not a sacred burial, then the dead would be forced to roam in the afterlife without a home, in desolation. So she was really disturbed about this. And also her sister Ismene was very disturbed as well, but she told Antigone that they are women and they must obey the law. But Antigone, she said, do as you must. I am going to bury the brother that I loved. So Ismene reminded her that the penalty was going to be death. You're not strong enough for that. And Antigone said, I will have all the strength that I have in me to do what is right and to make that proper burial. So the next day there was this wind blowing, creating a storm, a little storm, and she was able to do the proper burial for Polynices. But then she was caught by Creon, and he told her, "You knew that this was my order, and you transgressed the law." She said, "This is your law, not the justice by the gods." So Creon was very angry that she did not listen to his orders, and he declared that she would be buried alive the next day. So an oracle visited Creon on that night, and she told him, "Be careful." She warned him that if he proceeds with the death, that there would be a devastating plague that would befall Thebes. So he quickly went to her cell to try to reverse this, but she had already hung herself and killed herself. And fall of events, many things happened. His brother was in love with Antigone. When he found out that his brother was involved, he killed himself, and then his mother was shocked and was heartbroken that her own son died, and she cursed the line and she killed herself. It was very devastating, and as you can see, his quick wrong action created problems all over the place. So what this is saying, that although you were in the right, there was an old drama, something was unfairly taken from you, and now it is your time of winning. Be careful with that power, because although you might feel at the moment, as you take something big like that, perhaps you will have, your word will be heard, like whatever you say will be followed. You will have some form of power here coming back to you. And this is why the reading is telling you to be very mindful, because it could lead to the end of something with this sarcophagus right there. Be careful of old pains, time is telling you, because they can be the very hindrance of the future that you spend with me. Sometimes we are so bitter. Now I understand why I got this song. Sometimes when we get the power back, we could feel so bitter. And just like Creon could, do something against the gods. Like, yeah, you deserve to be left for the beast to devour you. And although what he's done was horrible, time is telling you, do the right thing. Because remember me. By me, at some point, you too may be paying for this, just as the lesson you watched now, when by me, you got exactly what you deserved. And when it's time in the future, you will regret it, and you will say, if I could turn back time, I would stay for a while. In my opinion, is you would have calmed yourself down a little bit, took your time to think about your decision before acting upon it. Because your word is going to be so powerful, or your actions are going to be so powerful, that even if you wanted to reverse, it might be too late. Just like what happened here with Antigone and Creon. So don't act on the spur of the moment, because even if right away you wanted to change it, maybe it is going to be too late. And that's why I have an important message from time. So many things are going on in your life in regard to time. Ace of Wands shows that you're going to get something back that you loved, that you've waited so long for. That is your right. It will feel so good to get something back that was unrightfully taken from you. It will feel like strong power, but that's why I have the Page of Wands. Had you gotten the King of Wands, the King of Wands is stable with that power. Page is innocent, it's new, so it's a new found power that you're just taken over. And with a lot of bitterness and with the moon, subconscious emotions that could spur up in the moment, in the heat of the moment, with this new power that you might not really have had the time to think of the consequences of it, you might just do something equally bitter, equally dramatic, just to calm that anger. Because I do see that you have been through a lot of pain and you have been unfairly put in some wrong position for a long time. So don't take hasty, quick actions, time is saying. Take the time to consider what you initially, with the moon card, feel like you want to do with this power. So for example, because you will be getting the freedom and the opportunity to do it. And this doesn't mean that if something is rightfully yours, don't do it. It just means think about it very well. Weigh things out very well, because just like you got your rights over a night and day, you might regret this quick action that you might take over a night and day. So always do the right thing, regardless of whether these people are evil or not. And that's the awesome thing about the Queen of Swords, able to mentally distinguish between what is right and wrong, even when dealing with the wrong. And so you will have a great gate open up, and all of a sudden a surge of power is going to enter your life, like an inundation of great power coming into your life. And it will be so new to you. You will feel like you can do anything that you want, say anything that you want, and you're just hurt or obeyed, or whatever that power is in your hands. And so treat it with love, and don't let your shadow create a new karma that now is the reverse. You know that saying of, I hope the hero doesn't live long enough to be the antagonist? I think that's how the saying goes. So while you were one day the hero and the person who, or the protagonist, and the person who was mistreated, don't be the one who now, with this new story, becomes the oppressor because of strong shadow. Because look at that, 10 of Swords, Hanged Man, old pains ruminated, a lot of pain was created, a lot of shadow as a consequence wasn't healed. And it's an opportunity for this shadow to rise now with this new power. And you know how when they explain, it's not that power per se is bad. It just shows your shadows. It becomes potent because now you're able to do what you want. So don't listen to your shadow during that time. Yes, it's there trying to show you your pain. It's time for it to heal. But don't follow your shadow, because it will hurt you back. Time is letting you know, I'm there. And by time, you too will be experiencing something that you might regret, just as these people will be regretting it now. And so, time is saying, don't be hasty and take me to think and to heal before you decide on any action. Be patient with the 7 of Pentacles, and you shall find the right idea to navigate this new power and to create a fresh new start as you enter this new powerful position. So celebrate this new beginning, Celebrate this new power, but do note that everything takes time, even your new beginnings. So, my dear pile number 3, expect some form of communication to happen between 5 or 10 days, maybe even 15 days, 9, 10, 15 days. And this was your reading. I wish you the best of luck with your rights coming back to you. May you always be blessed, happy, and living a life full of fulfillment, kindness, and love. And if you've enjoyed your reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my productivity e-cookbook. It has 210 recipes that are healthy, delicious, and are cooked in a matter of minutes, giving you the rest of the day to do what is important for you. That was the whole idea behind this e-cookbook, and this is why I partnered with a nutritionist that I personally really love and believe in 2 years ago to be able to bring out this project for you guys. And if you're vegan, there is a vegan version. If not, you can even make use of both ebooks. There are no duplicate recipes, and this way you'll have a plethora of healthy and delicious meals to choose from, maybe even for the rest of your life. I'm sure you're gonna love it and enjoy it. And my dear pile number 3, all the best of luck, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.